And now we are joined by former Philadelphia Eagle, Super Bowl champ, my man Barrett Brooks from NBC Sports Philadelphia. What's going on, Barrett?
Bill, you're way too kind, man. I'm in a clean Ricky room. I mean, you know the season has started when I'm in a clean Ricky room. Hey, appreciate you, Rick. Thanks, man. It's clean in here. It's ready. He's ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm just waiting to see how this cornerback position. I'm tired of it looking like the Phillies outfield. Too much platooning going on opposite of our starter. You know, so I mean, come on now. We need better. We need somebody to step up and take the position.
All right, well, let's talk about the cornerback position then. So tonight, I'm assuming we'll see a lot of Keely Ringo, Adoree Jackson, Eli Ricks. Jacorian Bennett's not going to play tonight, right?
I don't think so. I mean, he doesn't know enough of the system to do that. You can't just step in, 2 days off the street. It's different. Football is football, but the different terminology is really different, techniques and all that stuff. But, hey, he started at this level. So I don't believe how – I can't believe how he did it. He does it again. He got a guy that came in, and he's been a starter for a backup guy, So kudos to him making this happen.
So when you look at this, and I've seen you down at practice, we were talking about the cornerbacks the other day, but that was before they made the trade for Bennett. Right now, I know there's still a while to go before week 1 against the Cowboys. Who do you think is going to win that starting job?
Well, let me look at my pocket. I got to get a quarter. I'm going to flip a quarter because I just don't know. Nobody's taking it, and that's the problem I have with it. I mean, Keely Ringo has all the attributes you want as a starting cornerback in the league. He's 6'2", 210, runs a 4.3 40. I mean, he's silky smooth out there. But some days he looks like he's, ready to go and take the position. Then some days it's not as though he's not working hard, but it's not, it's almost like he's too laxed about it, like it's been given to him and he's just too familiar with being a starter. You don't have enough cachet to do that, not just yet. You got to come in and fight and keep battling, keep starting. I can remember, and this is what I have to base on what I've seen, my experience, and also a guy that has a gold jacket on. You look at a guy like Dawkins. Dawkins came in the 3 years I played with him and peeked around the corner to make sure he didn't have a pink slip in his locker. Why? Because he always had that chip on his shoulder, like he wasn't going to be a starter, like he was going to get a cut on this team. Well, those guys have to have that same type of mentality. You want to come in like you're going to get cut. And once you do that and have that mentality, you tend to turn things around a little bit. You start playing a little harder, doing the little things to make you a starter.
Number one, do you think Jahad Campbell's going to play tonight? And number two, are you looking forward to seeing him try to take over a linebacker spot?
Jahad Campbell will probably start tonight. It'll be him and Trotter. And, talking about size and attributes and everything that you want, you just pencil it in. That's why they drafted him. He should have been a top 10 pick. And if it wasn't for his shoulder, he would have been a top 10 pick. He's a gifted athlete. He came in this camp with a little nasty streak in him, So, I can see him becoming a starter soon, but, hey, you cannot count out Trot. Lil Trot is out there balling right now. He's taking every single rep with the starters. He's been that guy there. They respect him. He's doing everything to be a starter. So, this is the best I've seen that linebacker locker room be since I've been here. Even when I played here, yeah, we had some good ones, Willie T and those guys. But I tell you what, these guys we have right now are by far the best locker room of linebackers I've seen in Philadelphia.
So they're stacked at the linebacker position, but there's something interesting. If Nakobe Dean comes back and Nakobe Dean comes back 100%, what happens at that linebacker spot? Because you would have Bond, who was unbelievable last year, and then Nakobe Dean, and then you'd have Trotter and Jahad Campbell. Would Jahad Campbell possibly go to the edge?
Well, he'd have to go to the edge because healthy Nakobe Dean played lights out last year. A guy with 100 tackles. It's not like he was just a bump on a log out there. He was almost a Pro Bowl type of player. He played that well. He balled last year. He was able to do things, and him and Bond had this cohesiveness that really made them one of the top linebacking corps in the league. From a coverage standpoint, everybody said he couldn't cover. He looked damn good covering to me. He came up, stopped the run, blitzing, all that stuff. If he comes back, he's going to come back looking like a starter. If he's 100%, he'll look like a starter.
We're talking to Barrett Brooks on our Comcast Business Hotline and from the Ricky Room. Does a great job on NBC Sports Philadelphia with Bird's Huddle and everything else you're doing covering the Eagles. So you talked about the linebacker, you talked about the cornerback position. Let's talk about another position on that defense that's up for grabs, and that's the safety position. Now, I'm assuming we don't see Cooper DeJean tonight, and I guess no rookie Drew Makuba. So if not, a lot of reps for Sidney Brown and Tristan McCullum and Andre Sam?
Yes, and Andre Sam and Lewis Seen. I think he might have get in there and see what he can do. He's a former first-rounder, from from Georgia. So that, likelihood that he's going to just be sitting back and just letting things happen in front of him, it's going to be tough on him. But I really believe, at this point, Sydney's running away from it just by default. And that's because, Makuba has not been healthy. And he's taken full advantage of it. He's went out there and been very instinctual, more instinctual than I thought he was going to be. He was already, a fast guy, explosive guy, plays, super aggressive. He has all that in him, He's just got to tone it down a little bit because he might overrun a play being so aggressive. Let things form and develop in front of him. That safety position, you can't just overrun things. You can't guess. You got to see in these route combinations, watch a little film, and make sure you make the right decisions. If he can do that, man, he could be one hell of a safety. But he's got to make sure that the game starts to slow down to him when he starts seeing things out there that's happening and then go and make a play. And the best thing he could do is just sit down and just pick Blankenship's brain. That's what Blankenship does. He researches so much, watches so much film that he knows what's going to happen before it happens. He's got to get that same ideology out there and read things the way it's supposed to be read and then go make the play.
All right, give me one thing you're definitively looking forward to tonight and one thing you're not.
I really want to see, who comes in and what positions play on the offensive line. I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I see Kennard Lane making a, jump at the right guard position. He's been, taking some reps with the twos. If he can come in and play, the offensive line is still unsteady. You got the 2 draft picks, the kid from Michigan and the kid from Texas. They look like they're growing into the position, but right now I just think the game's too fast for them. So I want to see what they do out there. And, I want to see how this tight end thing is going to go also. Yes, we have the 2 starters who probably won't play. I don't know if Grant Calcaterra is going to play, and I don't know if Dallas Goedert is going to play. But behind them, E.J. Jenkins, all those guys, I want to see who steps up, who plays special teams and who's going to be able to make this roster, man, because that's an important position in this offense. And then, we still don't know who's going to be the receiver. Right now, I don't know who's that 4th receiver going to make the squad or 5th receiver is going to make the squad.
Yeah, Barrett, when you're talking about those receivers, man, that Elijah Cooks has made some plays in training camp, hasn't he?
6'4". Come on, man. He's 6'4". I mean, he has some, playing ability. He played down in Jacksonville. Get this kid a shot. I don't want him to be a one-hit wonder. But you get the opportunity, you got to reach out there and grab it. You got to take advantage of it. He's definitely taking advantage of every single time he's gotten a rep. He's taking advantage of it. Anytime you have Hurts being comfortable with him, you're doing something.
Barrett, when you played, did you like these games?
You know what? I'd hated them my first 6 years, my first 6.5 years because I was a starter, and I would play a little bit just to, make sure I was ready to play. So I really didn't want to, but I was, was a starter. I had to get my reps. But once I became, a backup player, in my last 6 years I was a backup player, I absolutely would lose sleep over these games. I knew I had to go out there and produce. I had to go out there and show that I was a starter, and they had me as a backup because I would play so well that if they know they would cut me, they know I would get picked up the very next day. 4 hours later, I'd be picked up. So I made sure that I put some film out there and interviewed for 31 other teams. That's the way I looked at it. I'm interviewing for 31 other teams, and, they already know what they got. But I wanted everybody else to know what they didn't have and they needed.
My man, we appreciate you making time for us today, Barrett. We're hoping to talk to you a lot again soon.
I love the combo, man. You guys are great, man. And, Rick, I appreciate you cleaning up the room for me. Bill, hey, man. Keep him in line, bro. Keep him in line.
I'm trying, Barrett. I appreciate you, man. We'll talk soon. So that was Barrett Brooks from NBC Sports Philadelphia. Does a great job on Birds Huddle and really with all their Eagles coverage.
Not only do I get shots from in here from Silvana, now Barrett.
He is taking shots.
What's up, everybody? It's Bill Colarulo from Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel because we post a ton of content. It's not just what you hear on air. We're posting content all day long. We do some things before the show, after the show, even stuff during the show. So subscribe, like, do whatever you got to do. We got all this content coming to you every single day.